Deadly Habit here with another episode of Gentleman's Gaming Corner. Why not Gentleman's Gaming Corner impressions, you ask? Well, because this game's in alpha, and the game I'm going to be looking at is Towns. I've been following this project for quite a while, so we'll just get started a new game while I explain it. This one is, I believe the alpha is 0.40.2? Yeah. That's the version. This is pretty much what I'd call at the moment a Dwarf Fortress Light, with a bit of Majesty tossed in and some Haven and Hearth, which are three games I really love. So I saw this project a while back on IndieDB when it was like 0.30 when they were first putting out demos to play. And I was fortunate enough to pick this up. I was about to actually pre-order it, and it was included in the Indie Royale alpha funding bundle. So I ended up getting it for $5 instead of about 12, along with two other games which I haven't even tried yet. But yeah, I've played the demo for this, and I've been playing this a little bit, so I just started a new world to show people some things. So you much like Dwarf Fortress, you issue commands. You don't have direct control over your citizens. You start with 7, so first thing we need to do is gather some resources and set up our base somewhat. So, first thing I'm doing is chopping down trees, getting wood, gathering the fruit from the trees, and I'm also going to be cutting down the bushes as well. So that way I've got a nice area flattened out that I can set up my base at. God, it's late at night, I shouldn't be doing this so late, but yeah. I pretty much took about an hour of gameplay and I've condensed it down into 10 minutes. So right there I'm setting up a zone for the raw materials to be placed at stockpile. I'm setting some up for prepared food and raw food as well. I think I do the raw food afterwards. Like I said, I did this about an hour worth of gameplay, so I'm commentating on it after doing it because I had to speed up parts, edit it so I can show kind of what's going on. So I set up my stockpiles. I had the game paused while I did this, so I resumed it. Everything's done in real time. So now my citizens are off. They are chopping down the trees. They just got over here, starting to cut it. Okay, speed up. Since you don't want to go through all the real time. Just continuing to clear out the area. Once they're done chopping and doing all the tasks, they will start moving everything into the stockpiles, as they're doing now. Okay, the next thing I'm going to need to set up, I mean, it's got the survival aspect to it, so the next thing I'm going to have to make sure they have food. So, what you have to do in order to do that is set up farms. So, the first thing you have to do is till the grass that you're going to place your farms on. So, issuing the command right here to till the grass, and then I can build my wheat farm. Yes, work my minions. Okay, now I can place the wheat farm, and in order to do that, it uses resources for these. So far, some of the features that are implemented are just kind of cosmetic at the moment, like the variation in food. I haven't really noticed any difference. I just issued the command to start digging, so I can get the resources I need. Stone. You can also find iron, copper, coal, gravel for flint. The usual kind of fare for survival games. Like I said, it's kind of like a Dwarf Fortress Light at the moment. So I'm setting up zones right here. Carpentry zone, masonry zone. This is where you can set up your workshops. It's the same thing as Dwarf Fortress. So you can craft items. Okay. That's a bakery, I believe. Yeah, bakery. No, I messed up on this and I fixed it later on. Yeah, see, I'm setting up 2 bakeries. But in the meantime, everybody's neatening up and bringing everything to the stockpile. What's worth noting is if you're on this, in this map, as I showed earlier on, the froggies, the enemies that are up top, are actually across the river and lake from me, so I don't have to worry about them at the moment. But if they are on the same side as you, you want to go to your stockpile and turn off gathering bones for it. Because if they kill them, your citizens will go after the bones. I don't know if it's a bug in it yet, or if that's intentional. So the next thing we need to do is build a mill. For that I need stone, so I need to go down on the earth like a dwarf. Kind of like Dwarf Fortress. So the mill's going to let me take the wheat that I've got and turn it into flour. So in order to go down the earth to go mining, I have to build a ladder. In order to do that, I need the carpenter tables. so I will build those since they just take wood. Okay, there, those are done, so I have to rebuild the ladder because I didn't have the tables at the time. Now I'm underground. This is where you start mining. You can actually build your bases and stuff underground. I think the devs said in the next version there's going to be more penalties to it for doing that. Like with workshops. The thing about workshops is... Okay, see, there we go. We got stone. So they're going to start mining, speed it back up, get some more stone. With workshops, you can have them open air like this, but you get a penalty to it. So once you have them all walled in and a roof over the head, you build, I believe, it twice as fast. So that's something to take into consideration as you're setting stuff up. So now I've got stone, so I built the decorative wood table and mason's bench and 2 baker's benches. So there I'm just setting up for raw food, another stockpile. Continue digging, getting more stone. Because I'm going to need a lot of stone, because I'm going to be using it for my walls. Okay, so now I've got my mill is creating its flour. I've got the baker's tables. Now I'm setting it up so that I always have bread in stock. The right side that you see me clicking on there was to always have that many in stock. So they'll continually make 5 bread, so there'll always be 5 bread in stock. Thing that's coming right here, I'm setting up personal quarters. This is to keep them happy. It's kind of like Dwarf Fortress, where you have to keep your citizens happy, and you give them personal spaces, they stay happy. Same thing with idling, keeping them not starving. A lot of it I haven't really noticed if it's actually implemented. See, yeah, I told you I set it up wrong. So what I'm going to do is delete these, delete the kitchen, delete the forge, and I'm just going to put the kitchen back in, because I don't have anything to make a forge yet. So, got that all laid out. Now I'm going to set up... got the personal spaces. Okay, so now all I need is the utilities for that, which would be butcher's tables and kitchen tables. Right now, you notice I haven't paused while I'm issuing these commands, just because I kind of like to get everything laid out and not waste so much time. Okay, kitchen tables. Okay, so that's all laid out. Now I'm just gonna probably speed it back up. There we go. Okay, so mining some more, getting more stone, getting more stone, getting more stone. You need a lot of resources. Okay, I just dug down. Your town is built on top of dungeons. So this is the dungeon that I'm sitting on. This is the first level. But they can't come up until I put a ladder down. Okay, so laying out my walls. There, now they're going to start building all the stone walls where I placed them. And they're getting to work. Now I'll place doors for it. And we've got basic houses. The thing about the workshops is you'll notice they're doing so many commands at once and I don't have so many people that they kind of just lay stuff next to it. Gathering more resources. So then I have to go back after everything's done and have them actually, once they move the bread and crap out of the way, then I have to reissue the commands for what I had built there. So, speed this up. Okay, see, I've got meat farms now. I've got a pig farm and a cow farm. So I'm taking, having them butcher, I believe it's 3 or 5. It's like 3 of each, like 3 pigs, keep 3 raw steaks, 3 raw pork loins in stock, and having them make 3 meat pies. Because meat pies, they don't have to be cooked. So they have some variety to food. I have yet to see if it actually makes a difference in the game yet. It's probably something that's going to get implemented later on. Okay, now, watch them work. Okay, everything's built. Yeah, I did some clever editing there. So, my houses now have roofs, they all have walls. Now I am going to lay out my dining room. Hey, so getting some coal there. I found coal, so digging over there. There's gravel there. Alright, so laying out the walls for my dining room and doors. And there we go. I have built my dining hall. Now I'm building beds for all my houses. Continuing to do my scorched earth of gathering resources. Just so I can expand my village later on. Okay, now I've got tables, putting up chairs. Chop, chop, chop. Yeah, keep in mind, this takes quite a while. I sped this up. It's sped up at about a factor of 10x. So for every minute, you're looking at about 10 minutes, and I also did some cuts while they were doing it. Okay, built a statue there. Almost. They're building my chairs and putting them there. See, they run around like little ants. Yep, they're going into the dining hall to eat. I'll build a barracks. The barracks, you can turn your citizens into soldiers, which I won't be doing during this playthrough, just because it takes a little bit longer than an hour. So I just built the resources for storage for weapons, armors, and tools, which I'm going to be doing after. So, laying out walls for my village. This is what I'm going to do before I start doing all my armor. Gathering more resources to build these. So what I'm going to do is, once you start attracting more people, once I set up more personal spaces, that's going to attract more immigrants to my town. And as more immigrants come, it triggers the ability for sieges to start. So if I wall off my whole town, like I'm laying out right now, the sieges won't be able to get in. So I can send out my soldiers once I have them, and go and deal with it that way. That way they don't come into my town as is and rape my characters. But as you see, let me go. If I can, you see the character there? They're hunger locked. I issued too many commands at once and they forgot to eat. So nobody was making food. Nobody was, there's still a couple left. Nobody was making food. Nobody was, eating. So now they're what's known as hunger locked. They're too tired to do anything. So, you like video games. Of course you like video games. Video games are awesome. Head on over to Vinesauce.com. Yes, Vinesauce.com. Vinesauce. Live streaming, a blog with the videos like this, and other articles, forums, and a live chat where you can talk to other people about video games. So yeah, head on over there.